Welcome to These Are the Blades of Our Lives, the figure skating show where I talk to you about figure skating like it is drama for our mamas. So they posted the Grand Prix assignments a while back, and I had been meaning to do a video about the different Grand Prix assignments, but a lot of it was still to be decided. I wanted to see where the federations would go with the to be decided, but I feel like it's going to be a while until it all get fills in. So I just thought I would do an overview of the Grand Prix assignment, starting with pairs. There are a lot of changes in the Grand Prix assignment this season. So usually Skate America opens the Grand Prix, follows by Skate Canada. However, this season we are starting the Grand Prix with Grand Prix de France. And then that's followed by Cup of China. The third event is now Skate Canada. NHK stays in the same order with Skate America going from first to fifth, and then the final event being the Finlandia Trophy. So the schedules are also set for the events. So we have like Grand Prix de France, which is going to be October 17th to the 19th. Cup of China, October 24th to 26th. Skate Canada International is from October 31st to November 2nd. NHK Trophy is from November 7th to the 9th. Skate America, now much later in November, is from the 14th to the 16th. Finlandia Trophy is from the 21st to the 23rd of November. And then the Grand Prix final will be from the 7th of December, from the 4th of December to the 7th. The Grand Prix, the juniors have also been assigned. Some of these Grand Prix assignments are very interesting because based on who is assigned to which event, we get a little insight into who the federations I feel are getting behind. So starting off with pairs, I feel like pairs is the event that is destined to break my heart this season. No matter who wins, I will still end up feeling bad for someone. Like right off the bat at Grand Prix de France, we have a showdown between Diana Stella de Dudek and Maxine Deschamps facing off against Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara. We can't even start off gently. Both teams struggled last season. At Worlds, Riku and Yuchi dug in deep and they managed to reclaim their world title. Unfortunately, Diana and Maxine continued to struggle and ended up off the podium. Now a new season is about to start, and I have no idea how this will play out. Diana and Max are underdogs with an air of street fighters to them. Now, coming into this event with nothing to lose, or even the season with nothing to lose, are they gonna dig deep and like fight their way back into the conversation? As for like Riku and Ryuchi, could this finally be the season where we get this pair at full health with no unlucky mishap? At the end of the day, while my heart may break for one of these pairs, the sport of pair figure skating will definitely be the winner. Then at Cup of China, this will herald the return of my beloved, the one and only Wang Jiangsui and Kong Hong. When I heard this news, I was at work smiling like a fool with no common sense. And just like that, another great team has joined the already difficult battle for pairs. On the one hand, I'm happy to have a great team back. However, for me, the most important thing is the health of the athlete. Han retired after the last Olympic due to injury and pain. I know that China is desperate to hold on to a spot for the Olympics and as well as have a good pairs for the team event. However, you know, a, if this is at the expense of Han's health, I have to say no. We have to wait and see how this play out, but I'm hoping that this was a voluntary comeback and that both are healthy and at 100%. I can only head to the $1.25 tree and empty out the candle out. That's the only thing that's within my power. Diana and Maxine will have another fight on their hands, but this time on home ice when they face off against Minerva Fabienne Hayes and Nikita Volodin at Skate Canada. Minerva and Nikita are coming off another great season and are likely to take that momentum into the Olympic. However, they have a tendency to falter at Worlds or at the biggest event of their career competition. I hope they can break this at the Olympic. I am a little concerned because the judges are not giving this team scores that I think matches their performance. So I'm gonna have to wait and see how the judging goes. Meanwhile, Diana and Max will definitely benefit from competing at home. Or on the other hand, this could be a tremendous amount of pressure for them, and we have to wait and see if they falter or rise to that pressure. I really hope Diana and Max will bring back their 2023-2024 season short program. Give me the oxygen. Donnez-moi l'oxygen is just tailor made for the Olympic. I personally love this program. I don't mind them bringing this back because it was from the previous season. I feel like NHK should be the least stressful event for me, yet you just never know. This will be the second outing of the season for Sue and Han, and if they are at 70% of their former self, this should be a good outing. We also have Alyssa Efanova and Misha Metrofanov competing here. I was really impressed with this team last season. I believe they are keeping their free dance from last season, although I preferred they're keeping their free program from last season, although I actually preferred their short program. And although they can't compete at the Olympics due to Alyssa's citizenship status, this is a great year for them to lay the groundwork for the next Olympic cycle. Um, Riku and Ryuichi decided to compete at Skate America instead of NHK. And I have to say, given their travel luck, this is a sound idea. This is a sound idea. Also, the two events are far apart, and the last one in North America. So I think that's great. Their team is in North America. This work. This is some Megan Duhamel level of planning. I like it. This event should be interesting in terms of the bronze medal winner. Any of the teams that are competing actually have a chance at walking away with a bronze medal. So that's always good to see. And then finally, Finlandia also seems straightforward and should not have much requirement for me to burn candles except for Rebecca Gelati and Filippo Ambrosini. Their jumps requires all the $1.25 tree candles that I can get my hands on. I love this team, but Lord, their jumps. We will also see Jia Shuang Zhang and Yi Han Huang at this event. I really liked this team when they were in the junior circuit last season. I actually felt like they should have stayed in the junior circuit for another season, but I know China is a little short on pairs, so I guess they're doing what they have to do. I will say, China says that Zhang is 17 years old. I think she's 12 years old. However, that is neither here nor there. I hope they perform well. I hope, they compete and they do good. At this event, Minerva and Nikita will be looking to book a ticket to the Grand Prix final. And so we would have to see how they fight here. All in all, pairs for me is so difficult because right off the bat, we have Diana and Max, whom I love. We have Sue and Han, whom I love, who's coming back. We have Riku and Ryuichi, whom I love. We have Minerva and Nikita, whom I love. And then we have a lot of strong teams also competing. You know, we have the Italians, we have the Georgian, a two very consistent, technically powerful team. They can definitely get in there and make some noise. And then you have like some other teams, you know, especially coming from the US. You have, Kane, Danny, and his partner. I'm so sorry, I forgot her name for a moment. He's coming back from injury. They tend to have such beautiful lifts and such beautiful movement, so they're capable of definitely being in the conversation. There's just so many teams that are capable of being in the conversation that I feel like at every competition I'm going to end up having to have a moment. But this is just like my summary. I'm not going to do like placement because I can't right now. We haven't seen any of these teams compete. But this is just my take on these teams, you know, as they go into this season. But you guys let me know what you think of pairs.